Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Jay Coleman back at you once again to tap in with y'all. You know, I haven't been tapping in for a while, so, I just started making my business to holler at y'all. You know, I've been watching a lot of stuff today. Sorry about that. I've been watching a lot of stuff, listening and checking things out. You know, let's look at this like this. Let's talk about YouTube and its rules. First of all, people, let's understand that YouTube, Instagram, no matter who owns them, Instagram, YouTube, all these platforms are businesses. They have the right to establish whatever rules they want. Okay, despite us knowing that we know that it's part of their rules, they're getting pinched by whatever higher officials that's making them do that. Okay, yeah, that probably is the process. But in the whole format, they do have a right to say what they don't want on their platforms now. I hear a lot of people complaining about Farrakhan and a lot of brothers and, a lot of other people getting banned. A lot of us, I done been taken off airs and banned and got videos took because I was being too, whatever they say, controversial and so on and so forth. But, we have to look at it. I look at this stuff in another way, but I am going to explain this. First of all, we have to understand that is those people platform. They can rule out whatever things they want to rule out, but it doesn't justify the fact that they can rule out your freedom of speech, okay? Everybody acting like this is destroying our freedom of speech, but I will say this, due to the fact that you have to think more than one way, that your freedom of speech is probably being tampered with by them using these platforms as a lightweight experiment to see the response of the people losing their freedom of speech on these platforms that can make rules for themselves. You understand? So yes, the government do have some kind of form with it because these stations is probably getting pinched. So for us to be getting mad or stuff like that for taking these brothers off the platform, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other brothers on the platform that's doing a lot more building than all those brothers that they took off of, and that's not to discredit any of the brothers, Farrakhan and whatever. But the fact is, it's a lot of brothers that's on platforms doing big things right now beyond it, doing useful things. You know what I'm saying? Big up to the Vine show, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of brothers doing things out here, you know what I'm saying? So, for us to be getting on there, the government stopping them, you know what I'm saying? I know to a degree that do have a degree, but they ain't the only platform. And for one, if that's a problem, let's make our own platform. Let's stop complaining about what we can't be on these crackers platform, and let's make our own platform. Let's say skip it. Let's make saying we don't have to say Facebook or whatever. We can come up with names. It's all about them showing about a face. You know what I'm saying? Instagram. That's a letter, a telegram. What's that other thing? I don't even use the shit. Face chat or whatever. I'm kind of old, so I don't really be all up in there. So I really know them. But those are platforms that they have a right to do that. So we have to understand that past emotionalism that come with that, and at the same time, we have to look at it like this too for those who want to think on this level, because I think always when I look at the situation. Okay, now Farrakhan, as well as all the brothers of InfoWars and so on and so forth, these brothers can be what you call catalysts. I say catalyst to purging on our freedom of speech using these platforms and these individuals that kind of send a message to society like these are the type of messages that we're not going to tolerate on these platforms. And then eventually people say, yeah, that's true. Then eventually they start easing it into the government and easing it into Congress and trying to use those type of platforms, things that that's taking certain people off their platforms with certain content that they don't agree with, that start using that as a form of a law, sneaking it into Congress. You know what I'm saying? So we have to watch that way too. It can happen that way too. So, I understand all ways, but in more reality than one, we have to understand that is a business. So what? It is owned by whoever they say is owned by, but at the same time, they have a right to take who they want off of it. So the thing is, build your own platform. You know what I'm saying? You got brothers got their own platform on their own .com pages and got their own Patreon pages. You can do that if that's such a a pain? Why are we making it a pain? Why are we making an issue? I don't see how all the people that's being on the platform, let's see what the brother's going to do to get their platform back rather than keep trying to be on some platform that's not going to support your content no more, basically, is what it is. They say, okay, we tolerated enough. We got them famous. So it's time for us to take these brothers on the platform. Hey, y'all got brothers on the platform doing too much. I'm the president. There's too many brothers on the platform. They talking too much truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying just they speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? They're radicals in the way of what they saying they are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's speaking the truth in some way or another, but eventually they're using that as basically experiment or example to try to see if they can make people tone it down through just these major networks. And if they can make people tone it down for just these major networks, we all should be on that motherfucker trying to get kicked off saying everything known to man. You know what I'm saying? This is how we destroy Facebook. This is how we destroy Instagram. When I'm on there, I'm trying to destroy shit. I'm trying to give truth. I don't care who feelings I hurt. I don't care who feelings it is for the truth. You ain't did the research. You can't tell me I'm wrong, but I can tell you you are because you haven't done no research to know that you're wrong. You know, those type of things. You know what I'm saying? That's what we should be destroying. This is our time now to destroy Facebook. This is our time now to destroy Instagram because they're all poison in so many ways, but they do good too. I can't say that. They do good too because I use those platforms to say the good things I feel is good and what it can, and sharing this info with people. So, you know, and I see people posting out the good things. So, you know, it's a good thing on there, but at the same time, they're trying to take away these major platforms. And I think what they're trying to do is make laws through these platforms. So when from now on, when you have a big network like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff, all y'all can have platforms where these type of contents that we took off of Facebook are the examples that we don't want y'all to have on none of y'all platforms. So eventually, all these major platforms that we got going on right now is going to be a catalyst for them to make a law. So when people try to make their own platform and do what they want, you won't be able to say the things that's necessary because they're based upon the laws that Facebook and them has, you know, those individuals, Farrakhan and all of them, out of the way. So they saying you remind us of this. So you can't have a platform. Your platform got to be happy, love, peace, religion, and all type of other lies and all type of shit. That's what your platform got to be. They're trying to force platforms to be totally supportive of negativity and total supportive of lies. They don't want these platforms used for people to weaponize people's minds, to evolve into a higher understanding, to know what's going on in this matriotic system that we call Earth or Tetris, you know what I mean? Hell, basically. So, you know, those are things we have to look at. And I understand a lot of people is hooting and hollering about that. But here's another thing. While I'm here, I'm going to tap into that while I'm here. First of all, we got another situation where we're dealing with brothers keep hitting me saying, hey, man, what you think about the Nipsey Hustle? Nipsey Hustle. Man, I respect Nipsey Hustle and everything that Nipsey Hustle was doing when it comes to him building in the community and everything. But, you know, everybody ain't perfect. A lot of people say, you know, a lot of brothers saying, well, you know, he gang bang and all that. I said, yeah, that's a negative attribute. True. But at the same time, if you look at both ways, you know what I'm saying, I kind of relate to it. So he took what we consider the RBG, the conscious community, the black community, Marcus Garvey movie. He took those concepts because he read those books. He took that concept and incorporated it into his lifestyle at the same time. I'm pretty sure he eventually would have threw the rag down and used that example to stop brothers because truthfully, all these gang bangers and all this shit that we got going on do need to be deaded. We have to get rid of them. True enough. We have to say, if I'm going to be a leader for the community, I'm not going to still be representing the terrorists that's in my community at the same time. I know we all looking for someone to be a leader, but at the same time, everyone have to be a leader. You can't have everything based upon one leader. Much love to Nipsey Hustle and respect to all that. But I'm looking at everything from a total logical 360 circle. You know, a lot of people looking at it one way. He just helped us in the community. That's good. But at the same time, what was everyone doing right now after he died? Along with all the other ancestors, the same thing. Nobody doing nothing but still ranting and ranting about what he did. All the superstars saying, oh, Nipsey Hustle. Oh, you got motherfuckers with more money, 3 times more money than Nipsey Hustle. Talking about, but you ain't talking about, I'm finna make an example. We gonna follow suit. That's what all these rich motherfuckers should be saying. All these rappers should be saying. Fuck all the crying and the bickering, everybody checking everybody for saying something bad. I know motherfucking Kodak Black was wrong and that niggas is foul, but you gotta understand, we got these type of niggas in our environment. So we can't get rid of every nigga like that. You be wasting your time on a stupid ass motherfucker being stupid and you trying to be real. Fuck them niggas. The thing is that, first of all the rich motherfuckers that's making all this money and doing all the same thing, and you black and come from a ghetto just like he did, why y'all ain't talking about let's follow suit, let's join together, let's put this money together and build communities and make jobs for ourselves? Y'all ain't saying none of that. Y'all just keeping the controversy going. You know what I'm saying? Let the man rest. You know what I'm saying? I see people, he died, he ain't dead. They already trying to play Tupac already. Tupac still ain't showed up nowhere. And there's no disrespect to Tupac. They want to compare him to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man, you know, Nipsey was better rapper than Tupac. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Listen. Every rapper is better than the next rapper in the next era, period. Or as well as sometimes singer, but soon everything dying off. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have too many cats really opening the doors on that stuff in a logical way. We have people that's rapping this knowledge, but at the same time, society is surrounded by the garbage. So the fact is, when a little bit of truth get in there, people, oh man, it have to come from a celebrity. That's what we mean by celebrity worship. You need to start working with the people in your community that's on that same page. Go find that man that been doing that same thing in your community that Nipsey was doing, this shit existed before he was born. He's just following suit that he found out his ancestors doing and coming up with processes to bind the community back. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Go out there and do it. Start your own business, all those things. And starting a business is not an easy thing. Indeed, it's not. You got to have funding. You got to have people that are going to support you and all that type of stuff. But that's what we supposed to do, man. That's all we got left. We ain't got nothing else. Do your religious thing. Be a Muslim, be a Christian, but keep that stuff in private, and we have to deal with society as society has programmed us to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to find ways to deal with society without having to be a part of it like that. You know what I mean? That's the way I try to function my life all the time. Every time people say, man, you always find a way of saying stuff like this, I say, because I look at stuff 360, brother. I've been to so many things, schools of thought. You have to study everything, the dark arts, the good stuff, whatever you got to do it all if you want to know more than just your sleeve. You know, with all this going on, we got much more stuff going on than that. With missing women, Flint still ain't got no water, police still blowing niggas' heads off and raping our women and shit and all this type of shit. We paying attention to all the celebrity stuff, but we ain't paying attention to the physical stuff that personally happened to us right now when them celebrities is nowhere around what we dealing with. Let alone they rap about stuff, you know what I'm saying, that they live away from now. Your kids out there living it out there, getting themselves killed behind the shit. You know what I'm saying? I know people like, oh man, why you gonna go? Man, it ain't about raiding on a motherfucking parade. It's about being real. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with it. Motherfucker, if you got skills, nigga, rap's the real shit like Pac did. Pac took that shit out there. He took that shit to the level where motherfucking do it. Nipsey did it too. But you know what I'm saying? Pac didn't represent the gang. He stayed in the middle. That's how he did it. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. But you got a lot of other rappers that's out there saying a lot of stuff too, you know what I'm saying? But that's just, motherfucker just talking. See, Nipsey went and did some shit. Pac was still talking. He's still rich. He didn't do nothing physically, really. He just talked. And he caused a lot of confusion, to tell you the truth, but that's another story. You know what I'm saying? But these cats are part of these agendas that help us mold us in our community. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to take little bits and pieces from what a brother doing good, don't try to make that shit the forefront of our whole, he's the forefront for everything that black people need. No, he's a speckle on the motherfucking ground of what we need. You know what I'm saying? Building our own communities ain't one thing. We got to change our minds too. See, we can't be talking about we want what's right in our community. We still bringing the same poison mind that turned us into gangbangers, dope dealers, and pimps and players and hustlers and hoes. We got to change our mind state. It don't give a fuck how much money you got. See, things like that can be, this is how these motherfuckers gonna label you. You still want to do for the community, but you still banging. So it's an opportunity where this white man, if that's true, can come into existence and use your gang members from your own community to kill you so they can play that shit off as gang violence like they always do. But when you're not part of that shit, when you putting it out there saying, yeah, skip that, I was a boo, I was blinded thinking that this shit is the terrorists in our community, I'm helping the Ku Klux Klan, the white supremacy order, being a part of that shit, killing my own soldiers that we gonna need later on down the line, that type of shit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It can go deeper than that, but I ain't trying to get all in there. Y'all know how I get. You know what I'm saying? But that's irrelevant to the cause. You know what I'm saying? We basically just have to just come to ourselves, come as group economics. Claude Anderson got good programs. He ain't the only one. It's a lot of other financial advisors, brothers, young sisters, brothers, a lot of things, entrepreneurship. Get into the cannabis business, the smoke shop business. All these businesses are lucrative for black people. You know what I'm saying? We can open up factories and shit. These cats got factories, man. Factories of stuff, making weed. Man, I worked in all of them. I worked to know how they all work. I just don't have the money to get all that shit. I can do the smoke shop thing, and that's hard. But that, man, it's so much money, man. You can make $1 million in a month, man. I mean, it's that big, man. They make money, 80 to $150,000 a day. You know, motherfucker need to get in where they can before this shit, because they just government and the feds is trying to find ways to opt out entrepreneurs who getting in there. So that while the door is still open, motherfuckers need to get involved in that. And I know it's other things too, but I know this personally because I'm in this industry. And the thing is that I only can work within and be an entrepreneur within my financial status. So, you know, but it regulates, and as it grows, we'll work from there. I'm looking forward to doing bigger things with that. But at the same time, you know, when it comes to us as a people, man, we have to stop letting the celebrities that we see on TV be our people, our voices, because regardless of them being a voice for us, they have a place to go. They have millions of dollars. They have protection. They have places to get them away from the community. We still have to come back to these communities. I'm not saying that they can't say nothing good. Okay, take their good and run with it, but don't look at them as some form of a leader, because they're only saying something maybe even for the boost their image or whatever, stuff like that. Because remember, they got to keep themselves hot to keep making money. See, we still down here broke, surviving, doing what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Despite it being wrong or good, we doing what we do. We still suffering while they already made it out the crab barrel. And all they can do is just talk to us from the podium in the crab barrel and say, you can do it too. And it takes out of the motherfuckers in the barrel every blue moon, one or two come out of there, and they'll be up there saying the same shit, but not really giving you the full formula of what it's about, you know. That's how I get out. I mean, you know, everything else is irrelevant to me when it comes to what black people need. You know what I'm saying? We talking about what we need. We got all the information we need for everything. We got Pan-African knowledge. We got our indigenous knowledge. We got our Kemetic knowledge, if it's ours, but I'm sure it is. We got all our different knowledge, our Hebrew knowledge, our religious knowledge. We got all these knowledges. We got all this stuff. But yet something is wrong. We can't come up with nothing. Now, everything that we have right now, this cracker done already did himself. That's what we have to understand. He already did it. He went and got all this knowledge. This is how he ruled the world. That's why when I've been studying all the different stuff, Vikings and all these different knowledge of what these white folk, I went and studied all the knowledge I can find of the European man. Okay, not even saying the European man, because he ain't the European man. That's a black woman name, African woman name. That's another story. But I'm gonna just say the caveman, because that's the easiest way I can say it. I'm tired of hearing the white man shit, because there are a lot of motherfuckers white and they ain't him. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that, and then we still sit in a society that still supports racism, or even use anything to try to get people to not point out racism. That's our problem. We got our own people. We are our own people. We are our worst enemies, still trying to point out reasons that racism don't exist. But if we have to wait till it really hit home, and then you start hearing people talk about it, but we have to respond to this on a global level. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to call it, because some people decide to say, well, no, man, it ain't just us here in America. It's happening in Africa. It's happening in China. It's happening in Mexico. It's happening in a heck of different places that's dealing with deeply melanated people that what you would call have Negroid features, whether you indigenous individuals from copper-colored Aboriginals from here, or whether you from America, Australia, whatever. We all a threat, because why are we the threat? Because we are the sun people and they are the ice people. That's just simple as that. And the fact is that it's only natural that a person such as these evil people that continue to support and try to keep their privileges in place by keeping this shit here. Racism should have been done away a long time ago. Now, for any white people that's going to watch this, that's what made me, the essence just hit me, say this right now, because I am going to post this. And so any white people that's watching this, when you say I'm not racist, you got to understand one thing. Oh, I haven't had nothing done with it. Or you have to understand one thing. Racism is way back, but yet it's still here. So you had to be a catalyst, unknowingly or not, to support racism or support white privilege and ignore the destruction and the death and the murder and rapes that continue to go on with black people. You're not speaking out. It's not enough of you speaking out. Plus, many of you, you're not even in no moral position to speak about what black people are going through. You can't say, oh, you already got your due. How the fuck you gonna say we already got our due? When you come over here and you manipulate and you lie to people, and then you come make laws to make it seem like that everybody that's here is some outsiders and you was here first. But a lot of people don't want to talk about that. They want to just talk about that. They say, well, they're still ruling right now. Yeah, they only ruling and fucking the planet up. Still continue the planet, killing all the animals and all type of shit, fucking with all the food, making the food fake and taking the seeds away from food. Only a fucking beast would do that. But yet the world hate niggas. Niggaz. They hate you. They hate you because you are the original appearance of what was here. They hate you because nature favors you. They hate you because you have abilities that others don't even have, but they mimic. You understand? These are mimickers. You know, people call them culture vultures. You know what I'm saying? I call them the mimic. They mimickers. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get a white woman, a kid, a wake up kid to come out of the womb, nigga doing every dance known to man. A white child gotta study that shit 20 years before he get that shit mastered that a child was doing at 3. You know what I'm saying? That was the things y'all gotta look at. Those little things pisses them off. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. Along with the rhythm in our walks, our struts. Every little thing about us they hate because they don't have it. That's for the true racist white people. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't for the unconscious white people that may be well-mannered and have some kind of moral structure, but yet doesn't have the comprehension because it's in your nature not to relate the fact that you still support white supremacy. You still make excuses for white supremacy. Those type of things. These are rambling thoughts from a madman. That's what everybody call me. Rambling thoughts of a madman. But at the same time, all these different levels of things that we're dealing with in this matrix is all just mundane games. And the thing is how to beat the game. You know what I'm saying? How to play the game. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that you don't want to be in the game like a head person in the game. You want to be a star player in your own arena. You know what I'm saying? You don't even want to participate in the game. You got your own game going on in here, and it's in the guidelines of the rules of the whole planet. But you got your own game going. You know, that's like when people say, "Hey, I'm doing my own game." God damn. All right, man. I'll get back at you, brother. But you know, Jay Coleman just knocking in with y'all, man. Sharing them thoughts, you know what I'm saying? We have a lot more things to be worried about, man, other than these celebrities dying and so on and so forth. Not to show no love and gratitude, but we shouldn't waste so much time being there. And then people saying, okay, let's do the Bloods and the Crips are unifying, but the fact is, as long as you're still Blood and Crips, you're not unifying. Because somewhere down the line, you're going to become enemies again because you're still playing the game when you unify. You got to get rid of the gangs. You got to say, we ain't banging no more. We getting rid of this gang. Same with the gangster disciples and vice lords and so on and so forth. You can't clean your community when the terrorist mentality still exists. Regardless if you're doing good in your community, it still fucking exists. It's not going to change. How was I going to be able to change myself when I became Muslim? How was I going to be able to change myself when I became a Nation Islam member? How was I going to be able to change myself becoming a 5%er? How would I be able to change myself to be a Sunni Muslim? How I became to change myself to be a Pan-African? I can't bring the same terrorist mentality that I grew up in before I came into those things within those things. That's the way it should be in our community. We shouldn't tolerate that. Hey, if you're going to represent that Blood and Crip thing, if you're not going to drop that attire, you can't be a part of this community because those things that you represent has been the terrorists and the murder of major generations of our community. So why you want to continue to keep that going? No disrespect to no Bloods and Crips, but y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay? And I was a Blood too. Okay, what y'all would call a real motherfucking nigga blood, you know, whatever you want to do. That was my mentality. So it ain't like I don't know this shit. Okay, I done did my shit. Okay, I got the battle wounds to prove it. But that's nothing I want to prove. The fact is that I understand that and I understand what needs to be done. That shit over there ain't doing shit but killing off our generations. Next time we come now, brother, I don't want to be in the hood. I'd rather be a faggot than be running around here because niggas want to kill you for trying to be from a different hood. So they'd rather be girls and shit. So all these type of things. We got to look at all these things that's fucking us up. Then you got the women running around wanting to be men and all this old type of stuff. You know, no disrespect to the homosexual community, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's not making no change in the community. What's making change in our community is, first of all, the death that's in our community have to stop amongst ourselves. Then once that stops, then the importance of ourself will grow. The fucking importance of our people will be considered serious. It will be considered like, oh man, you don't want to do that. Oh no, we don't want to do that, man. They don't even fuck around no more, man. They got that unified and separated. Now separated that gang. They got that gang shit out the way. Now they all about black people, black people. Now we one fist. We one fist. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't just talking about Bloods and Crips. I'm talking about all other type of gangs too. The Mexicans got some fucked up gangs too. Serranos and Norteños. I grew all up around them motherfuckers. And they killing each other and tearing each other head off just like niggas, but yet they think they better than niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying all of y'all. I'm talking to, the ones that think they better than niggas. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that you considered a nigga. You know what I'm saying? that's just the whole outlook of how I'm saying. I ain't been on here for a while, so I'm just ranting basically. This ain't even really a topic story. I'm just talking. That's the way I do. I don't have no structure of how I want to say it. When my spirit say, hey, speak to the people. You ain't, you've been busy doing this and doing that. Say something to them. You see all the stuff going on. So I just be trying to, put little loops in there, open goals, see what's not being said, say what I feel I can put in there that may, like Calloway say, I'm here to make you think in so many ways and another, make you, I help you understand some things that you probably don't understand, because that's how it happened to me. So I can't say that it don't help people because things that I'm doing now help me go say, I'm going to go check that out. And I go check it out and then enlighten me. And I go hard in it, So we have to take these things. Don't listen to these motherfuckers. Don't listen to nothing on the internet. Everybody lying. No, motherfucker. You don't want nobody to listen to real motherfuckers and you want them to listen to your lying ass or your little attention-seeking ass. That's what motherfuckers doing. Don't listen to none of these fools. You know what I'm saying? And no, I'm not from what you would call the conscious community. No, I'm not a Muslim. No, I'm not a Christian. No, I'm not a Pan-African. No, I'm not. No, I'm a universal independent thinker. An indigenous aboriginal of America. Through my family records that I know of. Okay, you can call it what you want to, niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know them goddamn Colossus heads look like this nigga right here? Huh? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, real talk. Anyway. I'm stupid, But peace and blessings, everybody. I hope everybody is families is doing good and so on and so forth and things like that. And the Most High, the ancestors is taking care of everybody. Pray to the ancestors, man. Show your respect and love, man. Let's do things that make the ancestors want to get up, really push the line, because a lot of things the ancestors is not supporting that we doing, and they can't. It only have to be in line with what they know. We have to go. We're not responding as a God people or what you would call a God people. We're not responding as a God people or we're not responding as a soul people. We're responding to society as a soulless people with a soul that's so asleep we can't relate to what's going on because we're so into it to the point where they keep us so distracted we can't even come up with anything to come out of this sleep. Some of us sitting here in the Matrix watching y'all just sleep and then we just considered crazy as fuck. Understandable. We got to take the bitter with the street. That's how it go. I know. That's how I go. Gotta be the slaughtered lamb to be able to tell the truth. You gotta be the people want to shun because they don't want to hear the truth. You gotta be the people who don't want to be around because you irritate them and make them pissed off because of the truth. You gotta be around you can't be around people that want to continue to do the stupidity and you come around and they guilt make them don't want to be around you. Hey. Those are things you have to deal with when you learn this knowledge. I don't be lonely. I don't feel lonely when it comes to, it's like, even when I'm by myself, I do things. I go check out my brothers on stuff or I do some work or whatever. Just feel like I'm always not lonely. Ever since I was little, I always felt presence with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when bad things happen to me, it's like, why it couldn't have been worse? Why I was the one that got survived or this happened or, not saying that surviving death don't mean nothing, but you got to understand that a lot of those survivors of death that you're going through, whether a person, white man working on you in the hospital, it's all part of your ancestors is keeping you here for purposes, brother. They don't keep you here for you to get shot up and then you want to go back out there and continue to shoot people up. And yeah, a lot of y'all going to say, yeah, you did it. Yeah, that was in my ignorant state. I will admit that. But that does not give you the purpose to do it. You should look at that as a wake-up call. You know what I'm saying? You should look at it like, damn, that's a warning for me. It's something else for me. And you see brothers that transform from that lifestyle, they've been shot, just such as myself, stabbed, and, you know what I'm saying, all this type of stuff and things that I've been through in life. And we all come up out of here and we spill our soul and our guts to y'all about how to change this. Yes, it may be aggressive. Yes, it's going to have what y'all consider cursing because there's no such thing as cursing. So how was there cursing in the holy time when the language, English language, never existed back then? And the words that we use is considered an English form of what they call cursing. So how in the hell is a motherfucker cursing? Yeah, that's another story though. And then you'll find out the words don't even mean nothing bad. But y'all don't study research though. It's getting a little dark in here and I'm sitting in the truck with my wife in the house. I said, let me make this. You know, I don't want the kids and nobody interrupting me when I go in there because the house is full right now. But in retrospect to everything else, you know what I'm saying? Don't follow the leader. I mean, don't follow no leader. You know what I'm saying? Don't follow no leader. Be that leader. Get the information and the knowledge you need from that individual and be that leader. You know what I'm saying? In your situation, in your environment, who your circle of people, be the leader around you. You know what I mean? That's what you do for your people around you. You be the leader for the people around you. You can't be the leader for everything in America because you don't have all the answers, just like everybody else didn't have all the answers. And Farrakhan don't have all the answers neither. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have to have what you call a unified country, understanding. You know what I mean? We all put our stuff on the table, and everybody from different places that's, you know, respected, to have logical sense, that the community respect, that, you know, that may have carry a good form of judgment, you know what I'm saying, upon situations like this. We pick them in the community like the indigenous out there still doing. You know what I'm saying? How you pick the tribal members, you know what I'm saying, through whatever qualities that's necessary for y'all to survive at a time. But sometimes you may need a king that's fiery. And I'm a fiery king. You know, I'm quick to get up. I'm a war king. So with me, even though I may be enlightened, but I'm still have a war mentality. I constantly want to go to war with something. You know what I'm saying? I always was like that. So I already know that I'm born in April. So that makes me a fire sign. So I already know, even though people say, I don't want to agree with it, whatever. But I've always been that way. I'm more of a war God. You know, I'm gonna show you how to get through the hard shit. I'm gonna tell you this is what you gotta do. Suck it up. You gotta drop this. I done it. So, you know, that's basically what it is, you know. And any rally that a lot of people, I'm gonna say this real quick because I gotta get out. I've been on it for a while. I ain't been on here like this in a long time. But as far as the so-called reparations, you know what I'm saying, and what I would consider restitution, it's a lot more going on with that. And when people say, well, how you gonna be able to change them and see who is who and so on and so forth? No, motherfuckers, you can find that out real easy. All we gotta do is the same thing that y'all did when y'all gave Japan they shit. The same thing when y'all did when y'all gave all other countries they shit that y'all fucked up and everything. Motherfuckers that really actually assaulted you, motherfuckers, bombed and killed motherfuckers. Y'all done gave them their reparations for kids, whatever, $25,000 a child or whatever. But at the same time, y'all have records here, even the secret records. Stop lying, crack the records open, and then you'll find out who's really in this motherfucker and who's connected. Don't act like y'all don't know how to do that. Y'all done it. Y'all still doing it in so many secretive ways in other little countries and towns and shit. Y'all done fucked up, giving them people reparations and our taxes and shit, but you don't want to give the original Aboriginal and so-called African Americans, or what you consider Africans in America. They do, because Africans in America, I'm not gonna sit here and play the hardcore game. They have their little do too. You know what I'm saying? Despite the indigenous, you know what I'm saying, Aboriginals. So we have to look at everything from a universal perspective and not this one way ass type shit. You know what I'm saying? The white man have all the records, just like how we find them and find out who we are. He have the records to be able to go in there and find out, okay, you are related to Bertha May. She was a Cherokee. She was a Choctaw. He was a Blackfoot. He was a whatever you want to call yourself. Whatever your tribe is that you know your tribes is, that mother can go through your blood, your people, through records, through last names, birth certificates, fuck that DNA shit. You know what I'm saying? You can use that if you want to. You're going to be all around. You're going to be 10 lifetimes before you figure that out. Go to the record from grandma to grandma, grandma to great-grandma to great-grandma, or grandpa to grandpa, great-grandpa. You can do it just like that. It's just that simple. Okay? White folks try to act like they don't know. How are we going to give all of them the money? You motherfucker, you know. You done it and you still doing it. So don't try to act like you don't know about giving people their money. You know what I'm saying? You know how to give our people. Some people say, well, that's making the money. I don't want no money like that. I want to know, once you decided to give something like that, I want to know what was taken from my ancestors. I want what was taken from them. If they had 100 acres of land and houses that are from crackers is living on right now, I want all that shit. Fuck your money. I want all this. No, matter of fact, I want all that shit plus the money or gold and silver just given to me. Okay? Fuck that, just give me some money. No, nigga, we want the land back. We don't want you here. Okay? So on and so forth. And the Native Americans, which is the Mongolians, Asian type looking ones, those are the ones they commercialize with them because they can mix in with the Asians more than they can mix in with the copper color indigenous. That's half the reason why they made this Dawes Roll and all these different roll committees and race committees and papers, census and shit like that, because these motherfuckers knew that they could mix in with them and get some of the land allotments and so on and so forth. And that's what happened. Y'all gotta go do your history, man. Stop listening to people. Listen to them. Get their knowledge on that up to the point you can't get it to. Get all your Pan-African knowledge to the max. Go study the indigenous Aborigines, because they don't teach that shit. They teach that everything is Africa, which is they wrong. So you have to really go look that up and say, hold on, how is this motherfucker African when this motherfucker didn't even have the name African back then? Or, so on and so forth. The letter is, Africa's a new name. Africa is the newest name. That's new. That word ain't even ancient. You know what I'm saying? That word, some people say, well, you can go to Africa. They always go spell out hieroglyphics to say that. But what the fuck do Africa mean? I know what Kemet mean. You know what I'm saying? I know what a Kiwi line mean. I mean, we tend to always make stuff that mean things. So those things you got to look at too. Here I am ranting. I'm going somewhere else with it. You know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings, y'all. Jay Coleman out, man. Much love and respect to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start tapping back in, y'all. I'm seeing the world starting to fall apart more and more and more. And I'm seeing our people trying to rise up, but yet our people are still being used as stew pigeons to knock down the real ones. Now, for one thing, before I go out of here, one mistake that Nipsey Husle made, the same thing that Malcolm X made, the same thing that a lot of them made, is that he always said that you can't trust our people. I don't trust you motherfuckers. Regardless that we in circles, if when I do shit and I got shit in there, I'm going to have guns. Okay? You motherfuckers not. You motherfuckers going to get pat down and all that shit because I don't trust you. Because there's too many snakes amongst us for us to trust each other. No disrespect to those that feel they can be trusted though. That's the way you got to look at it. Nip didn't want no guns around his shop, so he told niggas to keep guns away. The niggas knew he didn't have no guns over there, so they brought guns over there. So now if that motherfucker knew that Nipsey was strapped up and all his boys are strapped up and doing what they doing, and they all got their shit, he got his guard homies all around them, niggas would have never pulled that. You understand what I'm saying? Because that military force, regardless of how you look at it, is always necessary. Okay, the white man have the same type of thing, but yet niggas can't relate that you can't just depend on Jesus alone, motherfucker, because them Christian Martin Luther King them didn't either, if you motherfuckers know about the deacons of defense, but that's another story too. Peace and blessings, y'all.